Imagine discovering an ancient text that challenges everything you thought you knew about biblical history. What if there existed a hidden book, revered by early Christians and preserved by ancient Jewish traditions, that reveals untold secrets from the book of Genesis? In this video, we are diving deep into the mysterious Book of Jubilees, a text so profound and ancient that it has been canonized by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, but forgotten by most of the world. So are you ready to uncover the forgotten mysteries of the Bible? Let's begin. The concept of biblical canonicity refers to collections of books that are considered inspired by the Holy Spirit of God, deemed correct and true by different religious traditions. But what many don't realize is that there isn't just one biblical canon. Among the most prominent canons in existence today are the Protestant canon, composed of 66 books, and the Roman Catholic canon, which includes approximately 73 books. However, there are other canons less known but equally significant. The one such ancient text is the Book of Jubilees, a Jewish work that holds remarkable revelations related to the book of Genesis. Often referred to as Little Genesis or Second Genesis, this mysterious text consists of around 50 chapters and is considered canonical by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church as well as the Beta Israel Jews. The latter refer to it as the Book of Divisions, known in the ancient Ethiopian language of Guizi as Mechevnetsef. Guizi, an ancient Ethiopian language, belongs to the Afro-Asian language family. This linguistic heritage links it closely to the Semitic and Cushitic languages, making it a cousin of the languages spoken by the descendants of Shem and Ham. The Book of Jubilees was once widely known among early Christian communities, as evidenced by its mentions in the writings of many ancient scholars, including Epainius, Justin Martyr, Origen, Diodorus of Tarsus, Isidore of Alexandria, Isidore of Seville, Eutychius of Alexandria, John Malalas, Euthemius I of Constantinople, and George Cadrinos. This ancient text was also used by the community responsible for the Dead Sea Scrolls. Though complete versions in Greek or Latin have not survived, the Guizi translation from Ethiopia has proven to be an accurate representation of the fragments found in the Dead Sea Scrolls manuscripts. The Book of Jubilees is unique in its chronological structure, dividing time into Jubilees each 90-year periods, with each Jubilee containing 7 weeks of years. This method of marking time provides a framework for understanding the events of Genesis. While no complete manuscript survives in the original Hebrew, the Guizi version has preserved the full text. Only 4 complete manuscripts of the Book of Jubilees exist today, dating back to the 15th and 16th centuries, along with various quotations from ancient scholars. Additionally, there is a preserved fragment of a Latin translation, thought to be from a Greek source, covering about a quarter of the entire text. The Ethiopian texts, numbering around 27, are the foundation for modern English translations of this book. Interestingly, while parts of Jubilees resemble passages from Genesis, the text does not directly replicate the surviving Hebrew or Greek translations. This suggests that the original Hebrew text used for Jubilees was unique and independent from the Masoretic text and the Hebrew foundation of the Septuagint, the Greek Old Testament. Historians argue that variations among manuscript traditions, such as those found between the Septuagint and the Masoretic texts, and the different versions within the Dead Sea Scrolls, reveal that even canonical Hebrew texts did not share a singular tradition in the centuries leading up to Christ. Scholars debate the reliability of the pre-Masoretic text compared to the Babylonian and Samaritan traditions, which also existed during this period. Between 1947 and 1956, approximately 50 fragments of the Book of Jubilees were discovered in 5 caves at Qumran. These fragments written in square Aramaic script, demonstrated that Jubilees was among the most frequently read books at Qumran, second only to Psalms, Deuteronomy, Isaiah, Exodus, and Genesis. In fact, comparisons between the Qumran texts and the Dead Sea Scrolls with the Ethiopian version of the Book of Jubilees have shown remarkable consistency. James Vanderkam, a scholar who conducted a thorough analysis, concluded that the Ethiopian version is a highly accurate and literal translation, confirming the deep and ancient knowledge that Ethiopia has maintained regarding this text. Robert Harrison Charles, 1855 to 1931, was a renowned biblical scholar who was the first to propose a portrayal regarding the origins of the Book of Jubilees. He suggested that the author of Jubilees could have been a Pharisee, and that the book was a product of Midrash, heavily influenced by the Old Testament Book of Chronicles. However, with the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls, this hypothesis was discarded. Several copies of the Book of Jubilees were found among the scrolls, indicating that the text dated back to a time earlier than the Pharisees, solidifying its ancient roots. Dating the Book of Jubilees has been a long-standing challenge for Old Testament scholars. The oldest surviving copies, based on calligraphic analysis, have been attributed to around 150 years before Christ. However, there is substantial evidence that the book was written much earlier. Recent studies suggest a composition date of around 200 years before Christ. But even older discoveries have indicated the existence of fragments dating back as far as the 7th century before Christ. Additionally, remnants of other scrolls discussing the text of Jubilees have been found, dating from the 7th to the 8th century before Christ. These findings suggest that the Book of Jubilees is much older than scholars initially believed. One fascinating aspect of the Book of Jubilees is its unique characterization of Satan. In both the Old Testament and the New Testament, Satan is known by various names. In the Old Testament, he is often referred to as Baal, and in the New Testament, he is called the Ancient Serpent and Belial, among other names. However, in the Book of Jubilees, Satan is called Mestima, which in Hebrew means hatred, strife, or confusion. This term carries a connotation of deep hatred, according to ancient Hebrew interpretations. Though the Book of Jubilees is not considered part of the biblical canon in most traditions, it offers a unique glimpse into Jewish theology during the period in which it was written. It emphasizes the strict observance of religious law and rituals as a means of maintaining communication with God. One of the central messages of the Book of Jubilees is the importance of faithful obedience to divine commandments. The text meticulously details religious laws and rituals, underscoring their importance in everyday life and in the relationship between the people of Israel and the divine. This reflects the concerns of the Jewish community at the time with preserving their religious and cultural identity amidst political and cultural challenges. The Book of Jubilees also highlights the vital role of patriarchs like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in shaping the Jewish faith. These figures are portrayed as paragons of piety and obedience to God, whose actions and decisions determine the destiny of the people of Israel. Their stories are retold and reinterpreted to reflect the values and beliefs of the Jewish community during the time of the book's writing, reinforcing their ongoing importance to Jewish faith and identity. One of the unique features of the Book of Jubilees is its cyclical view of history. The text organizes events into 49-year periods known as Jubilees, presenting a repetitive understanding of history where patterns and cycles recur over time. So this perspective provides an unusual framework for understanding the relationship between the past, present, and future, highlighting the continuity and constancy of divine presence throughout Israel's history. The Book of Jubilees claims that it was authored by Moses during his 40-day stay on Mount Horeb as he awaited the 10 Commandments from God. According to the book's own tradition, Moses himself wrote the Book of Jubilees. However, the authorship remains a topic of debate among scholars, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this intriguing claim in the comments below. Adding to the mystery, the Book of Jubilees asserts that the Archangel Michael dictated the text to Moses. According to this tradition, Michael spoke the words, and Moses acted as the scribe or wrote them down. This fascinating detail adds another layer of intrigue to the Book of Jubilees, a work of immense antiquity that has been consulted by countless rabbis over the centuries. The book offers insight into a wide range of topics, from the names of biblical figures to details about their wives and much more. In ancient times, the Book of Jubilees was highly regarded and frequently referenced in biblical circles. The Hasmoneans, for example, adopted the book and used it extensively, particularly in conjunction with the Aramaic Leviacumen. Over time, it became an essential text for priests and rabbis, despite ongoing debates and disputes about certain aspects of its content. Even those who questioned specific points in the book still cited it as a basis for their own interpretations of ancient texts. The Book of Jubilees also discusses the classification of angels, including angels of presence, angels of sanctification, guardian angels, and those who oversee natural phenomena. These classifications closely align with the descriptions found in another ancient text, the Book of Enoch, particularly in its account of the fallen angels known as the Watchers. This video has only scratched the surface of the Book of Jubilees, a deeply intriguing work that offers so much more to explore. I'd love to hear your opinions. What do you think about the book's origins, its portrayal of Satan as Mestima, or the claim that Moses authored it? Share your thoughts and reflections in the comments section below. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming deep dives into ancient texts like this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. May you be under divine protection.